essay, and I've closed from my day work, and yeah, today was somehow. I had a lot to do today. I didn't accomplish half of the things I wanted to do, so it's definitely making me feel some type of way. But that is not going to dull my shine. Today has been a very, very quiet day. I think the most exciting part of my day so far has been shopping for furniture, or let me say window shopping for furniture. But yeah, guys, I want to make dinner now. I want to make something special, something nice. I just remember that my sister had one really nice pasta recipe that she posted on her stories, so I want to try it out. I saved it and I thought I was going to try it someday, and I'm in the mood for cooking something different. So yeah, that's why I have my jacket on. It's quite cold. Sorry if I move the camera down. It's quite cold outside, so I want to quickly rush down to the shops, buy the ingredients, and then come home to cook. Okay, and then we'll probably catch up. Let's go. I'm back from the store, guys. I need to get cooking because Obina is on his way, and I know he's gonna come back and be like, "Oh, I'm hungry." Ugh. If it was just me, I'll just go and sleep now because I'm not hungry. But yeah, I want to make dinner now. I'm going to make my sister's recipe. Like I said, is a pasta recipe. It looks pretty simple. I've never made it before, but from Instagram it looks really, really simple, and I trust my sister. Her recipes are what they look like, and they always taste great. So yeah, I'm gonna get cooking. But before I do, I just wanted to quickly talk about something real quick. So I got a comment from one of my subscribers asking about the Schengen hack for how to get a 1-year Schengen visa. So essentially, when you want to apply for your Schengen visa, I would advise you apply to certain countries that are very nice with giving visa. That's the first one. An example of those ones where they've actually given me 1-year visa is Malta, Sweden, and I'm not sure about France, but I know that certain countries like that, like Scandinavian countries generally, that people don't tend to visit a lot, they are much nicer, they're much liberal in giving like a long-term visa. So that's the first thing. The second thing you want to do is prove to them why you're going to travel for a year, or that you need to prove that you're going to travel for a year. So for example, typically if you're applying for Schengen visa, you probably just apply to France and tell them you want multiple entry 1-year visa. For the person, what that means, if you are just applying to France only, and then of course you have to show documents that you're traveling to France. So say you put your hotel, your flight, and all of that. What that signifies to them is you're only going to France for a certain period of time. So why should they give you 1-year visa? So what I found out is that you need to book flights for the duration that you want. So for example, just to make this a little bit clearer, I wanted a 1-year Schengen visa, so I booked flights for the actual date that I wanted to travel. Say for example now December, and then I booked another one in October, another Schengen flight in October, and then booked another one in December. You don't have to book 3 flights, but if you book 2 and space them beyond the 6 months mark, that should work. So essentially you need to book, say you need a visa from January to December, book one in January and book another one in like August, September. Don't book it at the 6 months mark, because that means they will give you a 6 months visa. So typically they would give 1 year visa or 6 months visa or 3 months visa, right? That's usually like how they give these visas. At least I'm speaking for places like Malta and Sweden. I haven't applied at the French embassy, but I'm guessing it's the same. As long as is general, as long as you can prove that you're going to go to all these other countries within that window, chances are they're going to give you a 1 year visa. I've tried this twice now. I tried it for Malta and I tried it for Sweden. That's why I'm mentioning these 2 places. And I know you might be saying, oh my god, why should I buy tickets to places that I'm not even going to and all of that? To make it even simpler, what I would advise is, if you buy your tickets to the same country twice, so that January ticket and that August ticket, if it's to the same country, then chances are you increase your chances. That's what I mean to say. You're going to increase your chances of getting a 1 year Schengen visa. Also, make sure that the very first country that you're applying to is actually the country that you intend to visit first. That's really, really important, because I know that I think the time I applied for Malta visa, Obina also applied for his Malta visa, but he got the Schengen visa just the way I did, but he didn't end up going to Malta with me. I went alone. So eventually, when he wanted to use his Schengen visa, he was going to go to Amsterdam, and on getting to the airport, like the security check, they actually stopped him. Like, if not for the fact that I was with him and I could prove that, we got our visas together and I had actually gone to Malta, they were ready to actually turn him back, because they call that visa shopping. Like, you're just applying to any random country just to get visa, and then you want to go to somewhere else. Again, you can always contest it. In certain countries it might not be an issue, but generally just try to avoid it. I would really, really, really advise that if you're planning to go to France, use the same technique, but make sure the country that you're applying to is actually the country of your first entry, right? So the third thing, I haven't been giving you numbers, but the other thing I want to talk about again is, I know you might be saying, Essay, I don't want to buy tickets when I'm not going to certain places. So for example, now I got tickets going to Italy, even though I don't plan on going to Italy anytime soon, but that was what I used to like space out to get like 2 tickets to use to apply. One tip I'll give you is buy refundable tickets. So I don't buy tickets from airlines, because most airlines these days don't do refunds. So you don't want your money to lost. You don't want that money to go. I know money is tight these days. So I always use this website called trip.com. Trip.com actually offers refund. They have the option to upgrade your tickets to the refund option. Is usually way more expensive, but you can cancel and get 90% back of your ticket money. So for me, it's okay. So what I always do is I go on Skyscanner and I just look for the cheapest Schengen country that I can go to during that period of the year, say August, September, October. Get a ticket that would typically cost like 30 pounds or 30 euros will probably cost like 100 on trip.com for the upgraded tickets, of which you can get a refund. And if I pay 100 for it and they end up giving me back 90, essentially I'm basically just paying only 10 for that ticket. I don't know if that makes sense. So yeah, that's the hack. Of course, you also have to prove that you're booking, like your hotel booking, for those extra flights as well. Of course, you can always get free cancellation bookings on booking.com. That's what I always use for those flights. And the last thing, don't forget, is insurance. Part of the documents you need to provide for your Schengen visa application is travel insurance, Schengen travel insurance. So I always book travel insurance for the days I plan to travel, even for those fake travel flights. I always also make sure that those extra ones are not too long. So it could just be like a weekend trip, like a 3-day trip. So I will book travel insurance for those 3 days. I always use, I've forgotten the name, but I'm going to put their name on the screen when I'm editing this. I always use this company, and they offer a refund if you cancel within, I think, 11 to 14 days of purchase, and they give you a full refund. Now, this one might be where you might also lose some money, because depending on how fast they process your Schengen visa, if your Schengen visa hasn't come out before that 11 to 14 days window, that money is gone. But personally, I've been lucky that my visa comes out before the 11 to 14 days, and I just basically emailed them telling them that I want to cancel my travel insurance for those dates because I'm no longer traveling. So just to summarize, if you want to get a 1-year Schengen visa, make sure you're able to prove that you're going to be in the Schengen area for a period of 1 year, basically by booking at least a minimum of 2 flights, one to the country where you're actually intending to enter first, and one to another member state Schengen country, spaced out minimum of 7 to 8 months within the year. It is much more advisable if you book multiple flights within the year window to the same country that you're planning to visit first. And then for refundable tickets, use trip.com. For refundable accommodation, use booking.com. And also remember to get travel insurance for those dates. So let me know if you try this out. If it works for you, also let me know. And all the best. So now let's get cooking.